Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video we will be learning some common checkmate patterns in chess. So let's get started. So the first checkmate pattern we will be looking at is the queen and rook checkmate. Here in this position the black king is placed on d6 and it is white to play. So we will start by playing our queen to a5. Here black has got many options. Now as you can see, the queen is covering this entire rank. So black cannot move his king upward. It has to go sideways or back. Let's say for example black plays this move. We will play now rook h6. As you can see, this creates a blockade like this. And now black has to go backwards. This is also known as ladder mate, where the queen and rook are used to build a ladder like this. Now white has to play queen a7, again creating that blockade which we talked about. Black will go backwards and finally white will play queen h8, checkmate. So this was the queen and rook mate, also known as the ladder mate. The next pattern we will be looking at the back rank mate. In this position, as you can see, black's pieces are on the back rank and it is white to play. So in this position, white has to play queen takes e8, rook, the rook on e8, rook takes back the queen, and our rook on e1 will take the rook on e8 and it will be checkmate. So this is the back rank mate. The next checkmate we will be looking at is the hook mate. In this position, as we can see that the black king is surrounded by its pawns and the white knights. In this position, it's white to play and white will play rook g7 check, to which black will play bishop takes g7, white will play rook takes g7 check, and black has got only one move, that is rook g6, blocking the check. White will play rook takes g6, checkmate. And here you can see why the name is called hookmate, because the rook is protected by the knight is protected by a pawn, like a hook. That is why it is called hookmate. So this was the hookmate. The next checkmate pattern we will be looking at is called the Anastasia's checkmate. In this position, it is white to play, and here white has to play queen takes h7 check. The king is forced to take back as that is the only move, and here rook to h5 is a mate because these squares are covered by the knight and the rook is giving a check, hence this is checkmate. So this was Anastasia's mate. Now we will be looking at the blind swine mate. Here it is white to play, and in this position white has to play rook takes g7 check. The king has got only one move, which is king h8. White has to give a check with the rook, rook h7 check. King will move back to g8 and white has to give a checkmate with rook bg7 checkmate. So this was the blind swine mate. Now we will be looking at the smothered mate. In this position, black's pieces are all cramped up in the corner and it's white to play. Here white will start by playing queen takes h7 check. Here black is forced to take with the queen because this knight is covering this square, so the king can't take back. Hence black takes back with the queen queen takes h7, and now white plays knight f7 checkmate, because the king is surrounded by its own pieces and it can't move. Hence, this is the smothered mate. So yes guys, these were some of the common checkmate patterns in chess. Thank you for watching.